Alright, welcome to the first Let's Play. I am Natajn. I'm really excited about this, interested in getting a channel started, and if you guys, have suggestions or whatnot, please let me know. Anyway, the first game that I want to do is FTL, Faster Than Light. This is a strategy game, straight up. It's obviously, you can see on the screen, it's definitely a futuristic starship type game. It's very neat. Anyway, we'll jump right in and I'll explain as we go along in the new game here. The first ship that you start with is the Kestrel. Now I've spent a decent amount of time on this game. I have beaten it on normal. Most of my time was spent on easy, but trust me, it's worth it to start on easy. It's very complicated. There's a lot of strategies that I don't think I would have figured out nearly as quickly if I just played the entire game on normal. For starters, this is the Kestrel. This is our, again, starter ship. We have 3 crew members. We'll leave them named as they are, but you can change their name. You have different starting weapons depending on which ship you go with. This one has a burst laser Mark II, as well as a missile launcher, the Artemis. As far as systems, we have piloting system. It's on its first level. Door system, first level. Sensors. Now this shows the interior of your ship, and you can also read in the top right corner. Gives information about enemy ships. Depending on its level, it'll show you more, which is super useful to get the level up too. Our med bay, where we can heal our people. O2. Oxygen is an important aspect of this game. Shields, also important. They block shots. That's what they do. Engines. I'll go more into that later, but that's how you power up your FTL drive, but it also gives you a dodge chance, which is super important. And of course, your weapon control. Each of these are powered with a energy, obviously. I mean, that would make sense. But you can actually allocate energy to different portions, take it away from different locations, so on and so forth. Again, I'll explain more as we get further along. So we'll start in a normal game. Since I am experienced, we can do that, not a problem. Alright, so basically the story plot is we're the Federation fleet, and the Rebel fleet is catching up to us, so it's kind of like a reverse Star Wars, in a sense. Not even in a sense, it's pretty standard, or pretty exact. I'm not going to read all this too much, but we'll just continue. Okay, here we are. Now we can man different stations, right? The stations that we can man generally are represented with a little figure above each system. I have a guy that will have piloting. Now, interesting thing about dodging and charging up your FTL drive, you have to have a guy at piloting. If there's no guy, then you can't dodge and you can't charge stuff up. We'll stick someone on weapons. Frederick, he's a guy. He seems aggressive. I mean, Frederick's not really an aggressive name, but in this case, we'll make him our weapons just to be extremely sexist. Our female, we will put on, or Maria, let's not be terrible, we'll put her on engines. Now when you put someone on a location, it'll give different bonuses. In engines, you start with a 10% evade. When she's here, it gives another 5%, and people also skill up at the locations that they're placed. Now we have 2 weapons, neither of them are powered up. We have power over here on the left side, and you can see when I click to power them up, it drains your power. Makes sense. So, there's our weapons, laser and our missile. They charge up, and once they have fully charged, you can fire. The engine currently has 1 space is not being used. Oxygen, generally want to keep that powered up. Shields, keep it powered up as much as possible. And medbay, you don't need it powered up, so I'm actually going to drop it on the engines to start out. Let's jump to our first location. Here's our map. When the FTL drive is powered up, you can jump to a beacon. It takes 1 energy, or fuel, each time you do so. Up here, I meant to explain this. This is your hull, basically your ship's life. This is your fuel, your missiles, and these are drone parts, which I can explain later if we ever run into that circumstance we'll need to. We'll just jump to this unvisited location first off. Alright, so first it appears to have been jumped into an empty system, but a ship appears behind from the planet and hails you. Haha, I'm the dread pirate Tuco, prepare to die. Well, we'll continue. I'm I'm going to pause. Here's their ship. I've played this game, like I said. I actually understand and know what each of these weapons are, and that's something that definitely helps you later on. Starting out, you're not going to recognize them, and that's just how it is. You just got to get used to it. They have 2 ion weapons. Ions drain your shields, and they also keep them, or whatever system they hit, and they'll keep it offline for a certain amount of time. Each one of these should do 1 drain, so it'll take 1 to take it out, and the second one will drain something else. This is a cannon which does 2 damage, but it only shoots 1. So what we're going to do, we have a missile and we have a laser. The laser will have to hit the shield. It will hit shields first. The missile is completely shield piercing, so we can ignore the shield and go straight for the weapons, which would be beneficial because they're going to hurt us really hard, really fast. Or we could go for the shields and then drop the lasers on the weapons. I'm going to do the shields first and the lasers on the weapons. In this circumstance, I just think that this is going to be the best way to go. And we'll start the combat here. I've unpaused. You'll see we start charging up. They're charging up their 2 ions. Fire and their thing. Alright. So, this is frustrating. Their ions have landed on our weapons and has taken 2 power off. They both hit it, which means that 2 power not able means we can't load up our lasers. Only problem with that is that this is making me waste missiles, which are a precious commodity. Oh, and our missile missed. That's very frustrating. Okay, well, what we're going to do now, we're going to use the lasers and save our missiles in hopes that we won't need to use it again. Although we probably will. Oxygens are out, and we need to go repair this, but frankly, I think I can survive without a little bit of oxygen. There we go. Now we're safe. Well, we're not safe yet. Ooh, he missed. That's awesome. Okay. Powering up the FTL, trying to escape. We're gonna switch between going for shields and going for weapons, depending on the situation. They're having a lot of misses, which is fantastic, and that is definitely, I mean, that's all about the evade. That's why evade's so important. You can see that the rooms are pink now. That's because the oxygen is draining because our oxygen generator is down. We're at 61%, so it's still not a problem. It will be a problem later on, but right now we just don't need to worry about it. Most important is taking out the ship. Alright, the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful metal, scrap metal. We got 3 fuel, which is awesome. 1 drone part, not so important. 16 scrap, that's not too bad. Not for starting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take both these people and send them into the O2 room to start fixing that immediately. You can see it being repaired down there. Alright, I said that they get experience as they continue to man their stations. With Frederick here, you can see he has a little, I can't move my mouse over there, he has a little green next to the weapons. He's my weapons guy. And it works based on the station doing stuff, right? So, excuse me, when I fire weapons, if he's on weapons, he will get experience. If he's standing here and I never fire any weapons, he's not getting any experience, which is why his experience is lower on weapons than the experience on the engines is. We had multiple dodges in that fight, which was fantastic, and that gives the engines and gives our pilot experience. So now with scrap, what you can do is you can spend it on shops, or you can use it to upgrade your ship. First thing I'm going to do, we have a couple places we could use this. One is you can save it to upgrade your shields really quickly. The other is doors, and frankly I think that it's worth it to upgrade your doors. Upgraded doors, when you get boarded, you can stop people. It'll take them time to go through these, which is super beneficial for us. And the other reason that's so useful is that we can open up the other doors and drain all the oxygen out. When there's low oxygen in a room, the health drains from your crew. So you can use that to stop enemies from doing damage while boarding you. Soon after arriving in system, you are hailed by a small cruiser. Just gonna have to fight them. Rock cruiser, they have an Artemis and a single laser. Either way, this is not fun. Artemises will fire at the same time, or they actually may beat us. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do exactly here. I suppose this. Yep, just in case it missed just like that. It's kind of what I expected. He fired one shot. They are probably repairing that. We have two choices. One is to go for the shields. I think I will. Doing a little damage to that, we'll go back to the weapons again. If we can take out their weapons, the shields don't matter. Okay, their shield just dropped. We'd only done 1 damage and the shield was still up, so which means that there must be a fire going on in the shields room. That's important, but we're going to continue on the weapons for now, since that's just what I want to do. Please don't kill us. They're looking for a surrender. They'll give us 2 missiles and 10 scrap. I think I can get more. And missiles are super useful. Basically, they're worth 6 scrap a piece, basically, throughout the game. But I still want scrap more than missiles. So, we're just going to continue firing on the ship and not accept the surrender. Ooh, yeah. See, it just died, which means there's definitely a fire in there. We'll go for the engines next. Why? When your engine is out, you cannot dodge. So if the first hit lands and takes it out, then the next hits will definitely land. Alright, it exploded. We're getting 18 scrap, drone part, and 3 fuel. Frankly, I think that was a better haul. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to save up for shields level 2. So, that'll take... Each shield, level of shield, needs 2. So, to get a second shield, you need 2 more points in here, as well as we'll need 2 more energy, or need to take it from somewhere else. So we'll save up till we have 50, and then we'll go from there. This is a distress beacon, which will give us a unique situation. But I'm going to jump here first. Alright, so it looks like we have pirates. They have a green energy shield. Now this sucks. It's a one-time shield, but missiles will not penetrate it, as well as you can't teleport in through it. So this will hit 3 times. We'll still need 3 more damage after that. Decisions. Shields take 5 hits. Artemis is 2 damage. This is 3. They missed with both. Fantastic. I should have queued that up. That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. Alright, hit oxygen. Awesome. Like I said, I'm not worried about oxygen. I really am not. It seems like it would be an issue, but, you know, well, we'll actually go fix it now. If they're not shooting at us, we're not getting any experience with the dodging. So we're going to continue shooting them. They're trying to escape. Next, we'll go for the engines. When oxygen is done being... awesome. We've started fires. That's so great. It just makes everything easier. Alright, 3 fuel, 1 drill part, 18 scrap. 42. We'll go to the distress one now. Oh, and then I'll explain a little bit what's going on the map. Sorry. We have a situation. Small asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Help, our shields are down, and I don't know how much longer we can last. We have 2 options. We can try to shield their ship and escort with our shield and escort them out of the field, or we can let them die. I'm a risky player, so I'm going to try and shield. It damaged us. We took some damage, but we did gain some scrap from it. Frankly, I think it's worth it again. I just need the scrap. We are going to power up our shields, those 2, even though we don't have the energy to do it quite yet. I'll explain why later. We could go towards the shop, but I don't want to. It's not necessary. Alright, so here you see these red areas. I'll just hold it. Rebels have expanded their search here. Very dangerous. If I go here, I'll have to fight a rebel ship, as well as I don't have much time there. And if I win, I won't get scrap or anything useful. The red line is after my next jump. This is where the white line will be. So it just lets me know how fast I have to move in order to keep out of them. So that's kind of my countdown through going through each of the zones. To detect 2 ships. Scanners show the pursuer is a pirate, so we're going to save the civilian ship. Power my weapons, engage pirate. They have a drone. It is a beam drone, so it's not super useful. Beams will not go through shields, but they don't ever miss, and beams can go over 2 rooms, right? So if a beam started here and ended here, it would do damage to each room, including the system that's in that room, even if it doesn't hit anything that would look like it would matter. You know what I mean? Other than that, they have a 1 damage laser. This is why I got the double shields. I'm going to kill my engine power, and I'm going to take Maria and put her in my shields room. This only does 1 hit. Each shield can withstand 1 hit. Whether that hit is 1 damage or 2 damage or 3 damage doesn't matter. It's one form of damage, if that makes sense. 1 hit, anyway. So, with 2 shields, this one will only be able to take down 1 at a time, and they will regenerate before this can do a second shot, which means that this drone is totally worthless. So, we won't even need to use Artemis missiles, actually. We're going to switch those, and I'll explain how that works later. No, I won't. But I'll explain how that works later. There. He took 1 hit, have a shield. This will do nothing. I'm going to set up my burst laser to hit their shields. So, I am totally safe. There is literally nothing for them to do in this circumstance. I'm going to set auto fire because I don't want to have to continually click and tell it to go. It hit that, so now we'll go for, I don't know, what do you guys want to go for? Oxygen. I didn't need to pause, that wasn't necessary. It was probably a mistake, waste of time, really. Now, interesting things to be noted. Everything is a physical location except for beams. So, if this drone gets in front, I didn't need to pause it again, I'm sorry. If this drone gets in front of my laser and the laser fires, the laser will actually hit the drone, which I believe has its own amount of health. So if it takes multiple hits, it will die. Same with the laser. If they fire a laser and my laser fires and the 2 lasers cross paths, they will cancel each other out. Pirate ship breaks apart, and we get 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 12 scrap, and we contact the civilian ship, hopefully. Success! They patch up our hull, but that's it, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know what? That's okay. We can deal with it. Next, we're gonna get more power bars, but that'll be for later. Oh, as far as jumping, you can see this area would be in rebel control after my next jump. So if I stayed here, this would reach me. We have a max distance that we can do, so it is possible to get stuck and have to actually go backwards in order to get around. So if I go here and for whatever reason I couldn't jump to these 2 because they were too far away, I would actually have to come back even though it's in rebel control and jump, which would again be in rebel control, and jump, which at this point after 3 jumps would be in rebel control. So it would just be a rough run for me. We're gonna go to our next beacon. Small energy research vessel is trying to fend off a mantis ship. We move in, and the mantis ship wimps out and runs off. They gave us a drone schematic. That's neat. The defense drone is pretty neat, pretty useful. You can see here under our equipment we have our weapons. We have cargo. You can hold 4 weapons that you're not using, including drones. This drone shoots down incoming missiles and asteroids. That's really useful. Missiles, again, they pierce all missiles. You can only dodge them, or with a defense drone it'll shoot them down. We do have to buy a drone system in order to use them, so it's something we just can't worry about right now. First thing we're going to do, get another power bar up. Now we have 2 shields. We still have our engine going, however it's, oh right, we got to move her back. However, it's not as much of aid as it would normally be. Distress beacons. Distress beacons are good. You can get a lot of good things without having to do fights. Alright. They're also dangerous. Unknown disease is spread virulently through the workers. Trying to set up a quarantine to mitigate the spread of the disease, but lack any enforcement, and a riot seems likely. We can send in our crew to help control the crowds or ignore the request and move on. You will also sometimes, depending on what crew members or weapons you have a blue option, and blue options are always the better way to go. If we send in our crew, they could become infected, they could get hurt, and I could lose crew members. I only have 3, it is not worth it. So we're going to actually ignore this and move on. It's just, again, like I said, not worth it. We're just going to jump to this beacon then next. Alright, detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Definitely intervene and defend the outpost. When you're starting out, I'm going to pause real quick. When you're starting out, you just want to get in as many circumstantial fights as you can. They have an ion weapon and a laser and, I'm sorry, a beam and a beam drone. So again, we are going to be fine. I'm actually going to focus on their laser. We'll still keep her in weapons because, or in engines. It's just not necessary to have her powering up shields faster. We hit their shields twice. We're going to go for engines next. Again, to remove the dodge, since basically we're immune from their attacks. We took out their dodge. Now let's go for weapons. So far, we're doing very well. Scrap's doing all right. Fuel is awesome. 2 missiles, that's fantastic. We're kind of low. 9 scrap, not bad. Check out the outpost. And they give us 2 fuel, a missile, and 14 scrap. We're doing fantastic, actually, as far as that goes. Sometimes it's worth it to save up. I want more dodge. I really do. Dodge, when I first started playing, I didn't worry much about it. I was like, I'd much rather have shields and other things, but frankly, you just can't beat dodge. Shields don't matter if you just dodge everything. Alright, we arrived to find a number of ships convening around a station. Tune into their unencrypted communication channel, and over here half of their conversation seems they need to take position of an enemy ship intact. I'm not going to be able to do it, but I'll hit offer my services. They briefly scan my ship and inform that you are not properly equipped for the type of mission. Like I said. Now we're going to jump to the exit, because if we go up here, this will have moved here, and the next one would make it a red zone. You just want to stay out of red zones. We might end up in one of this in this run, or in a future Let's Play. Live the beacon. When the FTL drives charge, we jump to the next sector. You see a small station fitted with hundreds of repair drones. You receive an automated message. We don't know who you are, and we don't care, but this is the right place for some ship repair. That rhymes. You know, I've seen it before. I never read it. That's awesome. Okay, we can repair damage for scrap. I don't have any scrap. I got 5, so we have to ignore the station. Not a problem. I don't care. A couple different options now for next sector or level, depending on the game that you're used to. But in this case, sector. We can go to the Mantis control sector. They like to board ships, and we're defended against that. The engine controlled sector, which is a drone sector, and that can be rough if they have some boarding drones. I'm gonna go... Let's go with the NG sector. It's green. Green is go. Feels easier. Alright, we could jump to the store. We don't need to. We could jump backwards, but I don't want to have to do an extra jump to a blue sector, lose an extra, lose time and fuel unnecessarily. Over here, a Mantis comm chatter. The one on the right is starting to rot. Take him down. Take off his fingers. Put him out. That's gross. They certainly don't seem to be friendly. We're going to attack the ship. Alright. We have a boarder. I've paused. He's going to come here. I'm going to start draining all the oxygen out of that room so that he takes damage before he gets the next one. And he has to attack this door. Now, this is fantastic. I love this. This is one of the strategies I came up with. While he's taking damage in this room, he's fighting to open this door. I'm going to have drained all the oxygen out of these rooms before he can get in. When he breaks through this door, I will close off all the other doors. Now he'll be stuck in a room, again, that's devoid of oxygen. So, very painful for him. They have a 3-shot laser as well as a bomb which teleports. So, yeah. I guess we'll go for weapons. That seems to be the most important thing. Watching closely our attacker. Alright, he's entered this. We're going to close this room off. And actually, we're going to close these rooms off too. He is not going to make it through there, so we're not worried. Yeah, doing good. And he's just about dead. And he's dead. So now what we're going to do is pause, come over here, close all the doors, and... Alright, so here's... I haven't explained this yet. The oxygen devoid rooms. When they have this orange border, if you are in them, you're losing health. That's why the Mantis died. What I'm going to do is close all the doors and then open all the doors. Rooms that are next to rooms that are losing oxygen will lose oxygen, but if they're next to a room with oxygen, it will actually flood this room with oxygen, so it'll become livable again. We'll unpause. We have our weapon set on auto fire, so we don't have to worry about that. I want to take that laser out. But as you can see, like half a second later, the room is pink, but you can walk in it again. The outline is black. We easily have won this encounter, long story short. I like the Artemis. It's a decent ship. The missile is super important when you're fighting shields. Like with a three burst laser, if you had to get through 2 shields, you have to land all 3 shots. You cannot miss. Otherwise, basically, it's the whole attack cycle is nullified, right? A missile can help with that. It'll go through the shields. If you aim it on their shield generator, it'll take that out and drop one of their shields down, and then you can actually take it out. Explodes. We get 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 23 scrap. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Alright, and we will continue. I have 28 scrap. I'm going to start upgrading my engine next, and then power, but I'm going to save for now because, you know, you never know. There might be something in the store I want to buy. You can read this. It's kind of a flavor text. Nothing super important. Actually, it's saying that nothing happened. All our rooms are full of oxygen. We're going to close all the doors just in case we get boarded again. Continue to try and make as much use of each sector as possible. Mantis ship. And here we are. Okay. 2 shots or 1 shot and a bomb. Of course, they are going to teleport. Actually, this is not going to be a problem. We'll just go for that. Alright, there they are. Not really going to be a big issue. I don't imagine. Later we will get into some hand-to-hand combat. Right now, we're not going to worry about it. Actually, we're going to leave her right here just for a minute, and then we're going to run her off to the healing bay, or the med bay. There we go. He's dead. We're going to kill... turn off the oxygen and power up the med bay for now. And we'll change our attack since both their weapons are down. We'll start going for the shields. When she is full on health, we'll drop her back in the engine room and power back up the oxygen. Yeah, we'll keep doing this. No, we'll go for that. Even though their shields did just come back online. Oxygen throughout the ship is pink. That's because we depowered the oxygen generator. But again, you know, oxygen only matters when you're losing it, or when it's really, really low. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 15 scrap. Decent haul. Decent haul. Store. No, let's just keep jumping. We'll get some more scrap. We'll get some more dodge. We'll go from there. Mantis ship. We'll aid the civilian ship. Again, constantly teleporting on. Them attacking the oxygen is frustrating, but not really a huge issue. Although it can be. We have some decisions to make. We'll ignore it for now. You can see down here, they're damaging this. When it gets to 0, of course, the system will be broken. We'll need to fix it. But it also takes away 1 hull integrity each time a system is destroyed. Alright, they are coming in to the engine room. So we'll open this up and prepare to suffocate them, hopefully. Pausing all the time. Oh, open that up. Okay, now something to know about mantises. They do, they have the same amount of health as humans do, but they do twice as much damage with attacks. So, oh, but they left. All right, that's fantastic. So what we're gonna do the oxygen's down. These rooms are orange. What we can do is we can open up the doors. This will flood this with oxygen. Soon we can walk right back in there and we'll be fine. And they can only take down one shield at a time now. There we go. Rooms are livable. She can refix our oxygen. And he will continue to bombard them. Ooh, actually I don't like that weapon being up. Oh, no! The max they can do is 2 hits. That's unfortunate. Poor them. We're fine. They're low on health, but they're not going to lose any during the rest of this encounter. We got 3 fuel, 1 drone part, 24 scrap. Attempt to contact the civilian ship. 1 missile, 1 drone part, 12 scrap. Not bad. Actually, a pretty decent haul. We're going to heal him up before we continue. And I'm going to take another sip of my water. Like I said, this is my first Let's Play, so I'm definitely going to get dry. Alright, so power down the med bay, power up the engines, and let's check out what we can buy. I like getting sensors. I like knowing where the enemies are and what's going on board their ship. Med bay powering up, you know, it's not really a big deal. Same with the oxygen. I don't really care. Dodge is just so important, though. We'll level up our dodge a little bit. And where do I want to go? I could go like this and then jump from here, or I could jump like this, depending on how much time I have. I think this is the better way to go. Contacted by settlement. Hello! We are outfitted for combat. Care to take up mercenary work? Yeah, we'll listen to their offer. Some of our friends have taken to piracy in the recent chaos of the war. We'd like you to convince them of their poor decision by severely damaging their ship. Pay you well as long as you don't kill them all, except... just be sure not to blow them up. And here we go. The missile and a 1, possibly 2 shot. So what we're going to do is, we have 12 missiles, but you know, I like to save them. If I don't need them, I don't need to use them. We're going to drop the oxygen actually and power up our dodge just until after the missile lands. And then we're going to instantly power that back up since it was definitely going to land. Plus, it took out our pilots, so we don't have an evade from that anyway. Uh-oh. Our pilot's not up. That sucks. Oh, right, there was a fire in that room, so it took down the weapons. We won't have to worry about that for a while. Let's continue to pelt their shield bay. Shield room? Shield room. Oh, there was a fire in there too! God, that's just awesome. We win. Oh, alright, I remember. That's frustrating. But they did give us a heavy laser Mark 1 for this, plus 18 scrap. That's pretty awesome. 1 shot, but it causes 2 damage with a low chance of fire and breaching, which apparently this has as well. Just didn't do it. Alright, so to power this up with all our other weapons, actually we could probably just power down the Artemis and just put that up. That's something to think about. I don't know if I need both up, but we're gonna power up the power bars. I want my dodge. Alright, we'll jump here for now. They're attacking someone. I'm gonna, you know, go through these a little bit faster. I don't know if I need to read them for you. A pirate is attacking someone, so we can accept their bribe, or we could attack them. Frankly, I always attack. It's worth it to have a chance to get something from the people they were assaulting. All right, so 1 shield, and they have very little chance of going through our shield. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna power up the heavy laser. And since that guy's there, we're gonna start suffocating him. Alright. I didn't fire this when it was ready because it does 2 damage. I'd rather fire the burst laser first and then it. So what we're going to do is go like this. After all 3 shots are away, we will fire our big damage one. It was pretty successful. We'll close all the doors. He'll be fine. Oh, and that can't do damage to us. So we pretty much win. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot the shields, and then after all 3 of those is fired, we will launch our last one. Ooh. We don't want the drone Mark II. That's a lot of fuel and missiles and such, though. Oh, this is a tough call. I'm gonna take it. It's worth it. Gonna heal Frederick up. Ooh, we should actually just heal everyone up. I like to have people on full before we continue missions. Well, our only mission. We're also gonna open up all the doors to quickly regen our oxygen before we head out. Alright, so on the next jump it'll be there. The jump after that, it will be there, and then we'd be in trouble. So we're going to have to actually start heading towards the exit. Unfortunate, but can't be helped. Cross paths with an NG cargo vessel. They're happy to help us out. Fantastic. Let's, yeah, get some of that going. Yeah. We'll keep going towards the exit. It's not worth having to fight a cruiser. We could sell missiles for scrap. It's only 3 scrap a missile. That's really just not worth it. We'll go here. Maybe that'll give us more more jumps before we have to head out. All right, we got a pirate. He is screwed. Honestly, there's just nothing he can do. Actually, he may get through our shields, but he missed enough that it didn't matter. So we're gonna launch our next barrage on the shields. 2 fuel, 2 missiles, 12 scrap. I want more scrap, dude. For me, that's what it's all about. It's all personal preferences, though. If I was super low on missiles, maybe it'd be worth it. I got 3 fuel, 21 scrap. I think that was a win. We could go to the store, but I don't really want to. There's nothing I want. I don't have enough scrap. Really, is the real deal. All right, advanced automated ship. Okay, it's a storage vessel for military goods that they're guarding. I always attack these guys if I can, unless there's no way I'm going to survive it. In which case, in this one, there's no way I can't, is what it ends up being. They are gone. This is my last shot right here. It literally cannot miss. Best station? Nothing. Unfortunate. But that's okay. If we jump here, it's most likely that we'll have enough time, so it's worth it. Got an anti-personnel drone out of it. I still don't think it's necessary for us to get a drone system. Slaver scum. Excuse me. We can buy a slave. We will attack them. Once we get them low enough, generally they will actually just give us a slave, which we release and he joins our crew. So it looks like 1 shot plus 2 shots. So they do have enough to get through our shields. So the first thing we will do is go for the weapons. Alright, now you heard a little ding there. That was our pilot and our engine leveling up. You can see our evade has gone up to 34%. So an extra 2% per level, I think. Alright, here they are offering us one of their slaves as tribute. So we'll accept their offer. We got another human. We will stick him on shield. So now we have someone powering the shields, which is awesome. We can read down here. Manning increases shield recharge speed. Manning increases dodge chance. Manning reduces charge time. And that says nothing. And it says nothing about Manning. I guess just the ability to dodge. You can see that we did basically perfect. Jump to the next sector. We can go to an Uncharted Nebula. We can go to civilian sector. I'm going to go to the civilian sector. Nebulas are interesting. You have a They kill your sensors, but it's just not necessary. We don't have to. There's no reason. Let's... Oh, the other benefit of going to Nectar... Nebula. Nectar. If we jump to one of these blue areas, the rate at which the Rebel fleet advances is cut in half, so it's really a great deal. It lets you really just explore the entire zone. So what we'll do is first we'll jump here, and then we'll go to Distress, and then we'll start going through the Nebula, hitting as many of these as we can. Alright, the ship with this beacon hails you, message us. They're gonna go at us, and again, it's the energy shield. I hate this, I really do. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna launch everything as fast as possible. They have 2 bombs, which really sucks. Oh, and we missed! Man, this is gonna be rough. Actually, we may need to power up our Artemis. So let's power that down and power down that. Alright, they launched 2 bombs. I paused before they went off. They're ion bombs. This is going to kill our dodge, and this one missed. Yeah, we have no dodge now. But, oh my gosh, they can't beat us as long as they never... Oh, wow, I screwed that up. Alright, well, we're going to ignore the Artemis, because they actually cannot hurt us unless they bomb our shields. So... we'll just go like this. Oh! Ooh, that's unfortunate. We have all our engines back, but it is a 4-second delay. And our oxygen is down. There we go. Shields are down. We will focus on their weapons. They did a little damage. Let's go for the engines. Frankly, it shouldn't make a difference. Now they're trying to assuage our anger. We get 3 fuel and 19 scrap. I don't need fuel, and I think I can get more scrap out of this. 31 scrap, 2 fuel, 2 missiles. Much, much better haul. We're going to take these good guys, and we're going to go heal up. We're going to send Notch into the medbay. Oh goodness, we have a leftover... I didn't realize we were powering the medbay. That's a little bit unfortunate. It's just a waste in my mind. Now we have 2 choices. One, it'll take 100, we can level up our shields up a second time, or we can power up our engines. Frankly, like I said, I like dodge. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's very useful. And we don't need our medbay up all the time. It's just a waste of energy. Let us jump here first. And then we'll go to stress, and then we'll tool our way through the nebula. Nothing. Jumped into nothing. Big bupkis. Alright. Looks like we found someone that we can lead out of, I don't know, wherever they are. Trouble with their navigation system, so lead them to their destination. Free scrap, and we get a quest. You haven't seen any quest yet. There's the quest. So that'll be nice. We should be able to take this, and then do the quest, and then do these ones. It's too bad. I probably should have done these guys earlier. Heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula. Before we have time to make contact, they fade in. Let's see if we can follow and help them. We got lucky. Floating out too deep, and we get a free crew member. Fantastic. And it's a rock. Everyone has special bonuses except for the humans, which are worthless. Long story short. The rocks move slow, but they have 150 health. So, and they still lose in a... Wait. Yeah, they still lose in a 1v1 against Mantis, but they're better against basically everyone else. So again, we'll go Nebula. Look at this. There's such a big difference between how far they jumped to how far they jump now. And it's whether or not you are in the nebula, not them. Alright, we have entered into a special zone. This one takes away, in this case, 6 of our power. It's killer. And there's an automated Rebel Scout. Now, we can run it because I have high levels into engines, or we can fight it. The benefit to fighting is that they also have drained energy. So I think I'm going to do okay. I'm going to fight them. They have a powerful ion weapon. We're going to drop out of our engines. Power up that. We're going to drop our engines completely. Put one into heavy lasers. And we're going to let our oxygen drain. Because we have better use for our power right now. Because right now, they can't get through us, is what it ends up being. We'll go for their weapons. Ooh, a lot of misses. That's unfortunate. Ow. Alright. So now what we can do is we can power up our oxygen once that comes back online. And we're also going to... It did it automatically. That's fantastic. Yes! Alright, as long as we land the heavy laser with all the shields down, we're good. We can keep this fight going. Gosh, I feel like we should go for the engine just because we miss so much, but either way, if we land the hits, it's going to finish them off. So we got 2 fuel, 25 scrap. We only took 1 point of damage, you know? Who cares? I did not feel like we lost out on that at all. So I'm going to continue to hide in the nebula, and then jump out, grab the quest, and then hide in more nebula. Oh, another one of these! Okay. Another storm. Rebel Scout. They teleport onto the ship. We don't know where. We'll find out soon in like half a second. There we go. So they're right here. What we're going to do is we're going to flood all these rooms. So the second they break through into this, they'll be losing oxygen. And we're going to go for their damage. Closely. Watching. And then we're going to have to go for this. Now they're going for this room because they are losing health. I bet you're trying to escape. And they ran away. I heard the teleport. Hope you guys did too. So I'm going to shut all the doors, open them all up. We're going to get our oxygen all set up here. We win. Lost nothing. 2 fuel, drum part, scrap. So again, we're going to set for just a second. Then we're going to close our doors and jump. Go towards our quest beacon. Nothing here. But we can power our stuff all back up because we have our energy back. We actually have 125 scrap, which is fantastic. Maybe we can save up and go to a shield. Looks like they healed us up. And we found a... Well, they gave us a shop. Now what we can do is we can sell our defenses. Let's see what they got for us. Burst Laser Mark II. Takes 2 power, does 2 shots, and 1 damage per shot. That's actually very useful. The Pipe Beam. Pipe Beam is pretty awesome too. We don't really need the crew, we don't need any of these, and we don't need to repair. So, let's decide what we're going to do. What I think we should do is we should sell our anti-personnel. Probably fine without it. Sell our defense 2. Excuse me. And then we'll just hold on to the Defense Drone Mark 1. And let's buy that burst laser. I want it. Oh, but it's 2. Right, forgot. Ship. Power that up once. Power that up once. And actually, it's going to be better. It's going to be a lot better than the heavy laser. Because it has more shield burrowing capabilities. Let's go back into the nebula. Give us more time to jump to some more sectors, or beacons before we head out. Oh, again, found nothing. All our doors are closed and everything. Okay, good. Oof. Let's jump there. All the beacons are so far spread in this one, it's difficult to figure out what to do. We can get a ton of fuel, just lose a couple missiles. I don't know if I need it, you know? And missiles are pretty useful. But you know what? Let's do it. It's worth it. Alright, we found a drone. And and they have a beam drone with a missile and an ion. The beam will probably not be a problem. The missile I'm not a fan of, and they have 2 shields. So, decision time. Let's just go all out on the weapons for now. I know that they're going to get a missile off, and that really sucks. Because, except for the dodge, there's basically nothing you can do about it. Oh, so many misses! This is going to suck. Yep. Yeah, well, I guess we stopped the shield drain. Here's another missile. Oh, and it's on that! That could not be a worse location. There we go. Alright. Shields down. I'm not shields down, weapons down. What I'm doing is I'm waiting until the first weapon fires, and then hitting 2 and right-clicking, which is detargeting my second weapon. So I'm waiting for the first one to fire, and I can fire them both at the same time, and yeah. So there's no time for the oh my goodness. So many misses. There's no time for the shield to regenerate. We got 2 fuel, a missile, 28 scrap. I am feeling ballsy. Let's jump out of the nebula and hit some beacons. They are trying to run, and they're jumping onto our ship, and they have a freaking missile. God, that sucks. Alright, well, at least we can drain him. We'll go for the engines, and we'll risk taking some serious damage. We didn't even kill it! I'm a little bit dismayed. Let's go for the weapons, and I'll put the second one in a different location. I'm gonna close that. Awesome. Alright, so the Rockmen are also immune to fire, which is fantastic because our weapons guy is... Oh no! Oh no, it's gonna take our weapons out! No, that sucks! Oh, but they missed. I mean, that's like the only good outcome here. Oof. Thank God they're missing. Oh no! We need to get back on their engines so they don't jump out. That is a problem. God darn missiles. Alright, well. At least their engines are down. Kinda low on health. They're definitely causing issues. We'll send him in to put this fire out. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to... No, we can't. We don't need to. We're going to send a bunch of people in to heal up, because this is obnoxious. We took so much damage from that encounter. It was crazy. I mean, seriously, we went from over to there. That fire keeps going! The other way you can put out a fire, and it's actually more reliable. We're going to put everyone back where they go. And I don't care that the fire's going on. I really don't. Shields, you get down here, and I'll put that fire out. We'll heal you up a little bit. I'll send you back down here. Oh, right. You can put the fires out by draining all the oxygen out of the room. And oxygen, or the fire actually kills the oxygen itself anyway. So once the oxygen's all gone, the fire just dies. It doesn't let you guys don't get hurt from it. It's just more reliable. It's a better situation in general. I felt like since I had the Rockman that I should have been able to handle it better with just brute force, but it just didn't turn out that way. We'll put our weapons or our energy back in the shields. Ooh. It's dangerous. I think I can make that jump. If I can't, I'm going to have to run back through the Rebel fleet, and you guys will go something fun. So again, we're going to go for the storage cache. Totally worth it. Hopefully I can get my shots off before Artemis gets to fire. Otherwise, we're good to go, man. Artemis. So upsetting. I hate that thing. Granted, it only did 1 damage, so it only did 1 damage to the hull as well. $30 scrap, an anti-drone Mark 1, and more scrap. So it was totally worth it. It really was. By all metrics, it was worth it. You know what? I'm gonna give another weapon, and I'm gonna power that up, and I'm gonna not the Artemis. I want the heavy laser. I want more lasers. Lasers outweigh weapons, which I'm the type of guy, the type of player who doesn't like to use his resources. It's probably a bad way to go, but I feel like it's worth it. All right, so for doing nothing, we got fuel, missiles, and scrap. We're just gonna make another jump. NG or a Mantis sector? You haven't seen a Mantis sector, but actually, I don't think you've seen an NG. Not really, anyway. All right, NG. Well, I'm just gonna skip through that. This is a long game. I could actually make it into 2 episodes. Maybe I'll do that. I think we've been going for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off here real quick, and I'll start it right back up. Well, this is episode 1 of the first Natajn Let's Play of FTL. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any comments, please leave it. Let me know what you think and what I can do to make this better. Thanks again for watching.